Numbers developing for Lincoln here. Mangan to Loomer. Hit shot. He scores! Blaine Loomer, 2-0 Stars. Sports to the near side. Mangan in front of the net. Montgomery trying to outweight the defense, and he does. What a dangle there for Blake Montgomery as he puts the Stars on the board first with 11:05 to go in period number 1. And now another skirmish right at center ice. Spinelli hammering rights in. Spinelli continuing to go here. Jan Berea bodied away from the biscuit briefly, picks it back up and brings it near side. Kinsman lost his stick, threaded across, a shot, he scores! Max Markonich, we're tied 2-2 with 9:28 left in the second. Sends the puck to Peters, lines up a shot, and scores in game number 150 of his USHL career. Keaton Peters with a power play tally to tie this one up. Here comes Gunderson the other way, shorthanded. His shot denied. Shostak flashes the glove and hangs on. Broken up by Copeland. Here comes Juan Copeland. Young out of the box. He's got the puck. His wrist shot. He scores! Nick Young out of the box and on the board with his first USHL goal. Crandall's got an opening. Carmelo Crandall denied. What a glove save there. Lucas Massey keeps it out.
Fanning on a shot on the near side. Copeland, he's pushing it, shoving. He wants to go as he'll drop the gloves. Juan Copeland drops them and is hammering rights, absorbing a few as well from David Deputy. Deputy's helmet is off. Copeland swinging away. He's on top of Deputy right now as he's got him down on his knees, continuing to hammer rights home.
5 shots on goal for the Stars, 3 for Muskegon. No scoring chance greater than the one the Stars had a moment ago before that media timeout. A mini breakaway for Blake Montgomery, but a better save by Bo Lane. Face off to the right of the Muskegon net, pushed forward by Mexico around Boisvert, but ultimately controlled by the Lumberjacks. Puck sent up toward center red and then back over to the right wing side. Boisvert twisting around, slips up as he's battling with Tyler Wood. Wood always bringing that physical element, and pretty much anytime you get a Western Conference, Eastern Conference matchup, obviously the reputation is the Western Conference is a little bit more physical. We're seeing a lot of back and forth battling between these two teams early on. Henrik sends the puck around the boards and out of the Star zone, although it just topped away from the stick of Varner. Here's Boisvert, sends it up towards center red. Puck collected by Bauer-Berry. He'll drop it off at the blue line, hopping away from the stick of Whitcomb. Able to be banked in, though, off of the boards by the Lumberjacks. Far side, Oliver got it into the neutral zone. Quickly coughed up, though, as he descended across ice right to the stick of Ethan Whitcomb. Whitcomb, 28 assists this season, second in the USHL. He's got the puck near side. Masha trying to delay him away from the puck, but right there to scoop it up was Justin Solovey. Solovey looks in front of the net, stick tied up of Norberg. He couldn't poke it toward the cage. Here comes Oliver. Feeds it over the right wing side. Arister, he scores! Jack Picard gets this one going, and it's 1-0 Lincoln with 7:28 to go in period number 1. What a rush the other way. Oliver leading the charge, finds Picard behind the defense, and he makes no mistake on that wrist shot. Jack Picard with his 12th goal of the season, and he snaps a lengthy stretch without a goal. He had gone 7 consecutive games without a goal. In fact, this one, his first of the 2024 calendar year. But his 12th of the season has put the Stars on the board first here tonight. Lincoln's been able to create some odd man rushes. That's something you heard head coach Rocky Russo talking about pregame. He said that this is a team in Muskegon. They're going to get up and on it offensively, trying to score, but they're going to give up some chances. And the Stars take advantage of an odd man rush there. Lane sends the puck over toward the far board. Spinelli trying to get it up the wall further, could not. Brought back to the neutral zone. Pearson chips it around Masha, but Jan Berea there to scoop up the biscuit near side. Matthew Malte across ice. He's trying to find Spinelli. Right wing side, Ryan Spinelli with a draw pass just out of the reach of Peters. Good stick lift, gets it back up the wall toward Malte, but he lost the puck shortly afterward. This unit of Malte, Peters, and Spinelli, very strong 2 Fridays ago. 8 points in Lincoln's 5-2 win against Sioux Falls. See what they can do here tonight. From behind the net, chip pass over toward Veilleux. Hopped away from him as he swatted it out of midair. In the slot, Pearson one timing it just wide of the cage. It's flipped up off of the boards by Hunter Anderson. Sent over toward the far boards. First man there to scoop it up will be Xavier Veo. Veo meets a couple of Stars defenders, lost the puck there, and Nick Young is able to lob it over the lines and back toward the Muskegon end. Cooper Pearson, 5 goals this season. 3 of them have come away from the Trinity Health Arena. Lost the puck at the red line as he had his head up and stopped looking down to the biscuit. Mannion chipped it in. Centering feed intended for Montgomery. It intercepted before it got there. Good work from behind the net by Copeland. Now on the far boards, Ty Henricks cannot get around his brother, tied up right in front of the Lincoln net. Rombach going to work. 1 against 2 up against the wall near corner side. Mannion jumps in. Tanner Henricks near the vicinity as well. Now Rombach pushes this puck away, gets it over toward Mannion, chopped up the wall but not out. A coin slaps at it, hits off of the boot of Mannion, rolling toward the net, but brought away from the cage by Tanner Henricks. Nice move around his brother, feeds it to the right side, and Copeland chips it into the zone. Lane drops behind his own net, flips over toward the near side, do the Lumberjacks. Masha at center red will wrist it right back in. Now Bo Lane sends it back toward the corner side. Good stick lift by Masha, and his former teammate were after him. The Stars take over. Varner, the first one in on the forecheck. Tries to center on the backhand. It's broken up. Mexico behind the back pass to himself. At the right point. High shot fought off by Lane. And the rebound corral behind the cage. Jan Faria looking far post side. And his pass broken up. Raftery across ice. He'll feed it out toward Connor. Behind the defense, just wide of the cage. And banks off of the boards right toward himself. But a sprawling Shostak is there as he's able to hang on and freeze this puck. 4:49 to go in period number 1. It's still a 1-0 lead here for Lincoln. Connor showing off his speed. I think he just missed the net on that shot. Very, very close though. But either way, kept out of the net. Face off to the right of Jan Shostak in just a moment. There's a wrister off of the far wall. Eventually Gridden slapping at it. Hit it off of the right pillow of Shostak. Stretch pass ahead. Yavash flicks it to his left. Mexico chops it through the defense. Has to scoop it up in the near corner. Connor pressuring him. Mexico reversing direction as Yavash tries to bring it around far side. Varner into the slot toward the left point. Backing off a little bit though, Young. And it's skated out by the Lumberjacks. Gridden tangled on the far side with Kleber. Adam Kleber trying to get it away from Matvei Gridden. Puck pops up about shoulder high of both of them. Kleber finds it. They'll get it to the far wall side, and this puck will be stretched across ice by Varner right toward Bo Lane in the Muskegon net. From in front of his own cage, Young to the far side. Flipped up toward the stick of Connor, and one touch to head to the Stars' blue line where it's slowed by Tanner Henricks. 3:54 to go in period number 1. It's a 1-0 Lincoln lead early on in this contest. So the icing meanwhile on Muskegon. Jack Picard getting the scoring started at the 12:32 mark of this first stanza. Dashiell Oliver picking up the only other assist on that tally. Stars will get the offensive zone draw here in a moment. See what they draw up for this one. The Picard line onto the ice. He could not win the draw. Looked like he was getting close to bringing that back up to the blue line. Henricks able to rescue a play that was trying to be cleared out of the zone. Had to bring it back into the neutral zone before chopping it around. Verkotic, the first one there, lobs it over to the right hash. Fired on net. The rebound is able to be sent home. It's Dashiell Oliver. Lincoln strikes for a second time with the second line here in this first period. Oliver potting home his own rebound and making it 2-0 Stars with 3:28 to go in the first period. Oliver's 7th goal of the season. He assisted on Picard's tally and now gets one of his own. And it's now a 2-0 lead for the Stars. Plenty of commotion in front of the net. Picard could not get the first rebound opportunity after Oliver's shot. Puck rolled just past Pakar's stick as he fanned on it, but right back over toward Oliver, who made no mistake on the backhand. 2-0 Stars here in the first period. And you've got to love that, the way these first periods have not necessarily been the Stars' friend this season. Doing a great job here of cashing in twice in the opening stanza. Here comes Keaton Peters trying to add to this lead. Wraparound attempt, couldn't get it around the near post, losing the puck as it got toward the crease. Muskegon the other way. It's trying to be fed in front, slipping and sliding. This puck caroms off of the side of the net as it's lifted up, comes back down. Trying to be chopped out at the side of the cage. Rolled around to the near side by Boisvert. To the right point, a coin. He fires in just a little bit wide of the cage. It's scooped up by Boisvert. Jan Varia pressuring him in the near corner. Back to the left point, interrupted by Peters. A coin shot through, blocked and skated out by Malte. Peters lobs it into the left corner side. Chopped up the wall, but not quite out initially. Now back to the red line. Young pushes it the other way. Solove at the red line, lobs it ahead, a little too strong for Whitcomb. Karams back towards Shostak, settled behind the net. To the far side, trying to be dropped in front of the net. Solove couldn't come up with it because of a sliding block from a couple of Stars, as now Kleber brings it out far side. Copeland just a bit ahead of him, and the Stars are offside. .209 to go here in the first period of play. Jack Pakar getting the Stars' first goal of the night, and then the second one coming from Dashiell Oliver. Faceoff will be right in front of the Muskegon bench. And again, if you're just tuning in, Muskegon wearing throwback uniforms, so if you're seeing that shade of blue and wondering why that's not the Stars, that's because of the throwback uniforms. Lumberjacks honoring the Muskegon Mohawks, in operation from 1965 to 1984. Lincoln wearing its cream white uniforms and off to a good start. When wearing these jerseys, they are 4-3 this season. 2 minutes to go here in period number one. Pakar and Oliver with the Stars' goals so far. Young stretches it the other way. Copeland drops it down. Here comes Montgomery right side. His shot tonight. Rebound in the creases. Whacked just wide of the cage. Easton Young from Muskegon came up with it, putting that just wide of the near post before a Star could get to it. Anderson backhands it ahead. Spitznagel couldn't receive it. Here's Montgomery looking to the right side. Copeland couldn't receive the pass. Trying to continue the rush, coughs it up as it's pushed out of the zone by Hunter Anderson. Anderson trying a draw pass, eventually gets it over to Galanik, but he coughed it up. And now the Stars the other way. Montgomery tried to bank over toward Copeland. Pushed away from him and now brought up the middle by Muskegon. Anderson, Ty Henricks ahead of him, trying to forward it to him. Instead looks into the slot, finds David Klee. Klee's pass to the left point, received with a skate and brought up ice by a coin to the corner. Ty Henricks looking for the puck on the far side. Trying to be pushed away by Rombach. It comes behind the Stars net, trickles to the near side. Tanner Henricks up the wall, sustains the hit from his brother as the puck comes over toward Ty Henricks. Wrister just missing the net. Now Tanner to the far side, lobs off of the far wall. Bank back in that direction, but he's able to get the stick lift on Ty as the Stars get it out. Blake Montgomery now, left wing side, at the hash. Cuts toward the goal line, try to draw pass, but intercepted by Raftery. Pushed over toward the far side. Henricks over toward the near end. Backhanded in by Klee. Jan Varia for Lincoln, tries to wrap it around in front of his own net, nearly put it in his own cage. Swatted away, and Young backhands to the far side as Muskegon regroups. 10 seconds left in period number one. Bouncing puck corralled by Jan Varia. He'll slow things down and then lob it across the blue line. Yavosh pestering on the forecheck, tied up with Young in the near corner as they'll get into a little bit after the play. Easton Young losing his helmet on the play, gets a couple of punches in, but time will expire on the opening period of play. Little fireworks at the end of the stanza, but all in all, it is a 2-0 lead for Lincoln. Goals by Pakar and Oliver, as that second line does a great job in the opening frame. First intermission report is coming your way in just a moment. We're going to hear from Stars forward Justin Mexico, as well as defenseman Kai Jan Varia and head coach Rocky Russo. First period of play was brought to you by Genesis Health Clubs, and the first intermission report presented by Crayon Campus is coming up in just a moment. 2-0 Stars in this one, and we'll be back with the first intermission report after this on Mixlr and Flow Hockey.